You're watching Channels Television. We are celebrating 21 years of professional broadcasting. Going down now is sports this morning. That's where the fun is. And you can be part of the program on Twitter, Channels_sports, Facebook, Channels-sports. Let's move on with the show now. So much to talk about. Tana Ejina joins us now. Tana, investigative sports journalist. Tana has been missing for quite some time. Tana, tell us, what have you been chasing?
Well, I've been chasing all the investigative news all around town, and I think we're getting ahead a little bit. So much has been happening in Nigerian sports negatively.
Wow.
And I think somehow we have to try and bring out that to the public.
Negatively, because this is not. Well, we are celebrating the Paralympians, Tana.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they are the set of people that have brought some smiles on the faces of Nigerians. We spent over 2 billion for the so-called able-bodied athletes, and we came back with just a bronze medal. And for the Paralympians, we had 23 of them going to the, to the same event. For people with disabilities, and they came back with 12 medals. What it means, 23 athletes, 12 medals. It means we had more athletes in their contingent winning medals. Only 11 didn't win. So it tells us that, we have to prepare, adequately. And sometimes I keep asking, when we tell the world we're going there, to compete in sports that we have, in sports that we have strength in, how do we go to rowing? How do we go to, athletics when we now bring in foreigners to run for Nigeria? These are strengths. We have strength and in numbers in, the Paralympics. Imagine if we had actually had more athletes. I'm talking of those who run in the sprints for, visually impaired and all of that. We would have won more medals. In the past, we had, I think, Aderemi Adesoji, if I could remember him clearly. He was the world record holder. He won gold medals in 100 meters and 200 meters at the Paralympics. Now we no longer have them. We are relying on the powerlifters. And for me, it's wrong. We rose to the table at a point to 9th position, and then on the final day, I was just miserable watching us move down to 14, to 15, and then to 17. If we had other sports, if we were winning medals in other sports, I think we would have done better. So we need to concentrate more on these Paralympians. We need to, give them, bring them to the spotlight. I saw the House of Reps, earlier on, giving them a donation each per member, 50,000 naira. For me, well, it's fine, but. If they dropped 1 million each, it wouldn't be that bad. But of course, they're starting up something which is okay. We all know the allowances they collect, At least let this even be a start for us. And, from there we can get better. And the Senate can take a cue, corporate bodies can take a cue. Even, the executive part of the body, the sports ministry and all of that, I think for me, it's a good initiative.
Well, that's a good way for us to know Tana is around. Tana, let's move on now with the show. Let's talk about the NPFL rescheduled games. What a story. Abia Warriors defeated Eimba by 3-1. Tana, everybody is wondering what's going on with Eimba.
I was about asking that. What's going on? And for me, I don't know. Is it the coach? Is it the players? On occasions like this, that's when we see Eimba rise up and show to the world that, yes, we are actually the best side in Nigeria. But this season, they've been losing to everybody. Ikorodu United, they had a lot of rescheduled games, and I thought they were going to come
use it to bounce back,
and all. But now, it's all gone.
So domestically, Eimba didn't turn up. Even on the continent as well, so they lost out, in the group stage.
Particularly when we were excited, rather, that they made it to the group stage.
I felt at that stage, they would have, but of course, playing against more prepared sides from South Africa and Egypt, it wasn't going to be easy for them, we still need to tell ourselves the truth. We aren't getting it too right in club football, Even with the quality of players, you need to have quality organization, quality management. Some of these things come out to play. How can Eimba be playing a crucial Champions League game and majority of their players are in Spain on an EPL tour? Sorry, NPFL tour. It's not really the best. We need to get things right. They had as much as 6 players on that trip. Okay, what if you take 2 or 3 and then leave the others? So we need to find a way to balance, management and organizational issues, proper planning.
And the game between Heartland and Niger Tornadoes was a relegation fight. Eventually, Heartland won by 2-0.
Yeah, but they're still down there.
Kano Pillars defeated El Kanemi Warriors in the Northern Derby by a single goal. I'll talk about Heartland and then Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors started with Heartland. We at some point we were saying, what's going on? Until they kept on going down and down and down. Now they're beginning to fight. You think they can survive relegation, Heartland?
Yeah, it's really going to be very difficult. Now we're seeing promises, if you win this game, you're going to get this and all of that. But a major problem for Heartland, I'll still repeat, is, the clubs being financed, by government is a major problem. And if a governor comes in, he's not interested in a particular club, then there's a problem. We saw that in Edo. Insurance have gone down the drain. These are some of the big clubs. So I think that's what Heartland is experiencing. There have been complaints from media personnel from Imo State, concerned stakeholders, calling on to government, please, this club needs funds and all of that. If players are not financially motivated, how do you expect them to play? A lot of these guys are seen as superstars by their families and friends, and so they want to, they have so much responsibilities, and if they are not well paid, there's no way they are going to give their best.
Obviously, Tana, let's just look at it. Ikorodu United, they're gone, GYFC gone, but from let's say from Abia Warriors, downwards. Any one of those guys, could still go.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I think it's going to be a fight to the last year. I see Heartland probably still going to come up. Being a traditional old club in the league, they may find a way to find
just 2 games to go.
Yeah, just 2 games to go. But any of those two could still make it out of it. Between Wolves, Heartland, even MFM. I'm so shocked to find them in the situation they were now. They started so brilliantly, and before you knew, the people started
a lot of accolades,
sister of Nigeria and all that.
The distractions started coming. Oh my God! But again, experience probably affected MFM. But I love the sort of spirit the players bring out there. Let's see if character can keep them in the league, because that's what you need at this level when you're fighting against the drop. It's just character, shooting stars.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But still on 44 points, so they could still go down as well.
My goodness.
Yeah, they're not safe, totally safe.
Look from Niger Tornadoes, in fact. Niger Tornadoes 45, 44, 42, 42, 40. Anybody. You blink, you're out.
And difficult. It's probably going to be one home, one away.
Yeah,
if it's like that, then it's really going to be difficult for the last between Wolves and Heartland. It's really going to be very difficult. In Nigeria, you win your home game,
you do whatever it takes.
Most times, that's how.
Now, just win your home game and go away.
And
pick 1 point. Just pick 1 point. Do that for yourself, have your fans.
Maybe that could help.
Okay, the rescheduled games in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's move on now. Talk about the 2016 Federation Cup. Rivers Angels. We know them, the dominating women's football in Nigeria. They defeated Nasarawa Amazon to make it to the finals of this year's FA Cup. That's a very good one for Coach Edwin Okun and his team.
Yeah, fantastic. They've always been perennial winners of the competition. I don't know. Some of the best players, footballers, female footballers, are out there in River State, in Port Harcourt, and no thanks to the how will I put it now? The capability of the management of the club to over the years be able to bring in some of the best legs. And
that's right.
This means the players are well taken care of, and to a large extent, to a large extent, and so for me, I think it's really worked very well. The best female players want to play for Rivers Angels, and from there they get some contracts abroad.
And they move on.
I think for me, it's no shock. They have one of the best coaches. He's coached the national team as well, and all that, very, very experienced at this level.
So Rivers Angels will face the winner between Bayelsa Queens and Delta Queens in the final. So I said last night that it's a war between the Angels and the Queens. So
Angels and the Queens
going against each other.
Austin, now we just go straight to the EFL Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, we started the show off with it. Tana, you saw the game yesterday between Manchester United and Northampton. United under pressure after losing 3 in a week.
Wow.
But they had to bounce back yesterday, and they did.
Yeah, of course, they had no choice, because
just imagine they were
already under pressure. With Jose already, he was feeling the heat already from the fans and all of that, and so he knew that he just had to win from the media as well, the English media, and he knew he needed a win, to boost confidence. But winning again and then moving ahead to play
Manchester City.
Then, I don't know what's going on.
Let's just go.
Maybe that will help.
That's cup competitions for you. You can meet anyone at any time. Other results: West Ham United 1-0 over Accrington Stanley.
Wow.
Dimitri Payet had to come to the rescue against.
Stanley.
But it is tough. It is tough out there.
I know.
Stoke City lost a 1-2 to Hull.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shock there.
Yeah.
And Tottenham 5-0 over Gillingham. So that's not a surprise at all.
It was a rush.
So the fixtures are out, round 4 fixtures. Tana, I'll just get you talking on these fixtures. West Ham versus Chelsea. It's a London derby.
Yeah, it's really going to be tough. I think West Ham they've not really
struggled.
Yeah, they've struggled. They didn't start quite the way we used to know them do. And now they really need to feed up and. Against Chelsea, they're going to bring out everything. These are two London clubs.
Yes.
There's so much rivalry between them. And, West Ham will always want to tell them, man, no, if we lose to any other person, we are going to lose to you. And I think we're going to see a classic encounter between both sides.
Classic. Manchester United will take on Manchester City.
Wow.
This is the one. Jose Mourinho going up against Pep Guardiola again.
Man,
the first game that happened between them, it ended 2-1 in favor of City.
And I think United played well on that day.
Did,
somebody needed to win, and I think City were more hungry to win, and they took their chances and they buried it. Now it's United again versus City.
Yes.
It's what every football fan all over the world will want to really see how it turns out. Once again, and I think it's really going to be very, very tough match. Not just between the coaches. The players now really want to come out and say, no, we want to win.
Let's balance
lose, the second time. Let's see how we can get it balanced. And they need to win, to retain the confidence of the fans once more. I think it's going to be crucial.
It's going to be crucial. Tana, before we go to the other fixtures, I'll just get you talking on this. Does Jose Mourinho have a win-win problem in that United side? Yeah,
that's what quite a lot of people feel. But I think no. He's still finding it very difficult to actually play Rooney in a proper position.
Okay.
And yes, that's what I see. And I think Rooney has not actually found it, easy as well, blending with a world-class striker like Zlatan, and I think that has been a major problem. Rooney, take it or leave it, is very influential on and off the pitch.
Yeah, but is he as good as he used to be, let's say 3 years ago?
No, he's definitely not. Even Zlatan wasn't as good as he was 3 years ago.
Zlatan is still scoring goals.
Yeah, of course, he's a striker, that's what he's paid to do. Rooney needs to get a balance between Zlatan, and what United actually want, from him. He doesn't understand that now that, this is the role I need to play. And Ose is finding it really very difficult. Rooney occupies, how will I put it now, a big place, in the hearts of United fans, and so he needs to understand that, well, time is no longer on my side. And
but Tana, we've seen coaches make very tough decisions. You just have to go across, the streets to Manchester City, where Pep Guardiola hasn't found it very difficult to drop a player like Joe Hart or even Yaya Toure. Why is Jose taking so long to be decisive?
Because that's Rooney.
City is not united. That's true. City is not united. So different clubs, different traditions, and different ways. And I think, it's a matter of the individual, It depends on how you manage your players. Even like Pep, you're talking about, Pep actually having problems now with Toure, not directly, indirectly through the agent and all of that. The agent is complaining, you can't keep a world-class player. I still don't understand why Pep is keeping
doing that.
Yeah, I still don't understand. For me, it's gone beyond footballing reasons. If it's pure footballing reasons, no problem. But from what I'm seeing, you tell an agent to apologize to you before you can feed
his clients.
You're not. That for me is not football reasons. And I think there should be a balance. If you don't like the player, let him know. I think in January then he can leave.
His agent is on record as saying Yaya Toure is going to join a Premier League rival, and that rival is going to stop Manchester City from winning the Premier League.
So who's that going to be?
We'll find out in January. Other fixtures, Arsenal, they've done it again because they drew Reading at the Emirates. So you expect Arsenal to go through in that
sure. This favors them. Arsenal have a way over the smaller teams.
Liverpool, Tottenham. You have Bristol City will play against Hull City, and Leeds United will play Norwich. Newcastle versus Preston North End. The last game is between, it's an all Premier League affair between Southampton and Sunderland.
Okay, so that's it. Fourth round fixtures in the English football. League Cup. We told you it's going to be a cracker when Jose Mourinho will meet Pep Guardiola again. What a story for the Manchester side. But we like it because to give us enough reasons to talk sports. So let's take a breather now and go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at what the papers are saying. Don't go anywhere. Stay.